What was the gayest headline I ever approved? I feel like every headline on Queerty is like the gayest headline you'll ever read.
These gays, they're trying to murder me.
Stories that always did well, celebrities, if they featured something coming out, if they had a certain amount of sex appeal, always did very well on the site, and I have confidence that they still do.
Every day, we're kind of surprised at what takes off and what captures people's imagination. One thing that I love to see recently is our stories about trans people, and trans joy and trans resilience are really taking off.
It's been a long time coming.
There are a few celebrities who we cover who are guaranteed hits with our readers. Believe it or not, Rosie O'Donnell is probably one of our number one. Our readers love Rosie O'Donnell. They want to hear what she's up to, what she's got to say, who she's spilling the tea about. Not only do our readers love her, but she actually loves us. She came to the Queerties a few years ago. She accepted a special award and she was at the party and we got to hang out with her. Our readers got to hang out with her and it was a really fun night.
I thank you for this honor very much.
So the celebrity that's was always a guaranteed click, I bet you this is still true today, is Tom Daley. So like Tom Daley is like number one boy for the gay community. You know, it's been really wonderful to kind of see him grow up. You know, like that's the thing is like Tom was so open about being open so early on.
Madonna, and people loved her and loved to hate her.
Madonna always drew clicks.
I don't remember exactly, but I'm assuming Madonna and Britney Spears, which says everything about how old I am and how old Queerty is.
I think the most controversial thing I have ever done is to stick around.
I think a great Queerty headline is going to capture a reader's attention. And I actually think Queerty maybe had an easier job almost 20 years ago when it wasn't competing with social media, in-app alerts, and email newsletters.
I think it needs to tell the story, of course, but have a little personality to it, a little zest. It's not the dry XYZ happened. There should be, a flair to it.
We need to talk about your flair.
Really? I have 15 pieces on.
My favorite reader responses were around coming out, but also about hardship. In a way, almost like a helpline for a lot of these readers.
Especially younger people. You know, they've written back and they said like, look, this really made me feel like I was part of a community.
It's funny, a lot of people reference it and say, I really loved it, or I have read it when I was living here this young, etc. So I'm convinced that it's had a pretty meaningful impact on a lot of different people.
Emails, people from middle America talking about how much they appreciated the site. It made them feel connected, helped them dispel myths or stereotypes about gay people that they had been taught, helped people see, I think, that there could be, especially when marriage was coming up in the fight against Prop 8, that there was, to use a cheesy term, a happy ending for gay people.
One memory that sticks out in my mind is when they did the reboot of Will and Grace, and Max Mutchnick, we found out, was a Queerty super fan. And in the first episode of that reboot, we actually got a little shout out.
You had me convinced that you were actually doing something selfless when all you were doing was just trying to pull an Anderson Cooper.
How do you know what an Anderson Cooper is?
Oh, you're not the only one in the house who reads Queerty.
And we were so excited. We eventually collaborated with Will and Grace, and we did the Queerty Social Lounge backstage, which was a lot of fun.
What's so tremendous about Queerty is it has this really unique voice. It's in on the joke. It's calling people in.
I think Queerty can really continue to be that campfire where people can work through their identities, work through their struggles, find themselves at Queerty and find ways to be part of a community. Community is so key to how we succeed in the long run.